the review of Ghost of Tsushima. Spoilers. So if you haven't completed the game, or you just want to, touchy subjects, you've been warned. Take it away, sir.
Me take it away?
I thought, it's going to say someone dies. That's what you...
Oh, I mean...
shit. Oh, come on.
Nah, bro. Nah, we already spoke about this, Raven. We already spoke about this. So basically, depending on what you do...
Got 4 heads on the side. I told this... You want to walk out the room?
The uncle dies. Alright, Raven, it's done.
It's mad still.
I think I heard it. The uncle dies.
Nah, it depends. Yeah, it depends on what you do. You already knew that. It depends on what you do.
Alright, cool. Let's start with the story and characters of this game.
I was about to die for sure.
Like stories and character.
Yeah, stories and characters. What do you feel about the story and characters of Tsushima?
Bruv, it's just not as peak as I wanted it to be. I feel like the story and characters in the game, all predictable.
Very.
All predictable, all basic. Like, there's no real depth to these characters, bro. It's like they try their hardest, bruv, to make you feel something about the character. But you know what character I like the most? My horse, Nobu, that they then killed for no reason.
Oh shit, not the horse.
Bruv, for no reason.
Not the horse.
Bruv.
That's the best horse you've ever had in the game, bro.
Do you know what?
Whistle,
Don't.
It's a mystical creature, bro. Bruv.
Don't.
Listen, Sam, do you know what? Yeah, I got reports of what you did. Yeah, after your horse died. Yeah,
right.
And what happened was I thought about doing the exact same thing. Like, fuck it, they killed Nobu. I was pissed, bro.
You called your horse Nobu?
Yeah.
Same man.
Alright, so I called my horse Nobu. He died, yeah, and I was like, no, I'm not riding a horse again. I was saying this in my head, but then I was like, bruh, the map is so big. I'm not about to run 2,000 kilometers, bro.
I ran it.
And then obviously I was trying to get through the story mode. So I was just like, bruv, I'm gonna ride this scraggy nag, bruv.
That's what cool man is.
I'm gonna ride scraggy nag to the other way, bruv. And then they give you a new horse. Like, the thing about this whole scene is they kill your horse for no reason. For no reason. Or it plays no... But, except for you being pissed off. Like, it was the biggest death of the game for me.
Yeah.
Except for maybe... it was bigger than Eunice, brother. Then Taka. When Taka died, Taka dying was peak. But you knew Taka was going to die. The second you met Taka, you was like, he's dead, bro. He's a goner, bro. Like, everyone knew. So it's like, the story was so predictable for me that I did it you can't get drawn into stories that are that predictable. Fam.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So I really struggled. Like, at the end, when I fought the Khan, I was just like... Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't feel that rage, bruv. And then even at the end, where you got to kill your uncle, I'm just that was a surprise to me.
I've been saying from
no. I knew there was gonna be a confrontation, but I thought that maybe the uncle was gonna survive into the next game, and that would be the issue. Now you're the ghost, and you've got to come back and fight the uncle and his forces. But obviously, they went past the uncle and was like, okay, Shogun, we're gonna take on a Shogun, mainland Japan or whatever. Get me? Which I thought was interesting. But, bruv, you knew the uncle was going to... the second you met uncle, oh, this is not the way of the samurai. As soon as this happened, you was like, bruh, okay, you're going to be a drama on the end. Yeah. So, yeah, bruv. The story was so predictable. I wanted to be more in it.
Yeah.
But it was just bruv, I'm meeting characters, yeah? Watch the stream. I meet the character, I'm like, okay, he's dead. All right, she's a gangster. Yeah.
Yuna.
Yeah, bro. Yuna's the best character.
Ride or die, yeah.
Yuna's the best character. Jin himself is moist, bro. Like, the thing about Jin, what pisses me off is, firstly, you're 12 years old watching your dad get killed. Bro, can you run out there and be a distraction so your dad can survive? Instead of crying in the corner. And then this is the you that then turns into the Ghost of Tsushima. He's like, no, uncle, I will do it my way, poison everybody. Bro, come on, fam. I don't believe that story arc. Get me? And then he's still having dramas about it. What do we do? And then his turn to the ghost is instant, bruv. Bruv, the cutscene before, he's like, no, my uncle's honor is very important to me. The next scene, fuck the uncle. I'm climbing over the wall, poisoning all these bitches. Bruv, I'm like, what? Out of nowhere, fam. Nah, it was too much for me, bruv. It was too, bruv,
The thing is about...
It was a bit mad. The story was a bit mad.
Yeah, the story was definitely a bit mad. But the thing is, I just like getting drawn into the stories regardless. Yeah, I could see everything happening like miles away, which I did hate. But I like when the moments happened.
No, that was good.
Yeah, that was the best bits. When the moments happened. It was very predictable. So I saw the conflict between Uncle and Jin happening. Obviously, you're gonna have to face the Khan. Even for me, like I liked him as a villain because his whole way of coming to take over the Khan.
Okay, yeah.
Now, I like the way he was like, I learned your language, the way you fought, and that's how I'm gonna beat you.
Yeah.
That's legit. And the way that turned Jin was also legit. So I like that kind of turn of events that what you made me become is now defeating you is stupid sick. But it's just very predictable how everything happened, which is just dumb.
What you're saying is so spicy, bruv, because I love it, because what you're saying is 100% true, fam. 100% true, fam. Like, and I'll take it further. The cutscenes in this game are crazy, fam. They are amazing, bruv. And it's like, you want to see all the cutscenes just slapped together and watch that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And I feel like the breakup is some of the dialogue that like is not in cutscenes where it's just like, okay, you're gonna talk to me for 5 minutes. Blah, blah, blah,
That's why I didn't talk to optional characters.
Bruv, do you know what's crazy? We've never had this conversation, and every optional character I just ran past. I was like, why does this peasant want to talk to me?
Exactly.
And everyone in the game's named peasant. And I said, I'm definitely not talking to any of these peasants, bro. Yeah, so that was mad. I do like the Khan's character, bro. One thing that really pissed me off since we're on characters is, bruv, the end fight with the Khan is terrible.
Is it me? He was like cheating half the time.
Fam, do you know what? No. I want to talk about the two sections of the fight.
Right.
I think the game should have ended, or the Khan death should have ended with the showdown.
The jewels?
Yeah, with the
jewel. A jewel, sorry.
You have a duel with him first.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, we've fought every boss in this duel manner. The final boss has got to go down in a duel like a samurai, even if he's a Mongol, whatever. Bro, it's got to end with a mad cutscene of me slicing man in half and then doing the thing and then pushing the knife back in. Instead, they go to a second beef where I was like, oh, well, I guess cutting him up didn't work. So now I'm out here running around trying to drop things on him, and that's not. I'm just supposed to beat him like a normal person in the end of the game. And I was like, why we even got showdowns in the game?
Yeah. They missed the opportunity because you went from the spear to a sword and shield, or a spear and shield to just a shield. If each of those were a duel each, come on now, you've gone through all the stances that you've been training through in the game.
There you go. That was crazy to me, fam. It was even crazier to me that as soon as you fight him, he's got a spear, and I'm like, bro, I've been practicing these showdowns against sworded man, and now you're just bringing out a spear out of nowhere.
I didn't like that, but his spear moves were mad though.
His spear was, bro.
Man would
as
be
soon as
over
he did
there.
this one, whoosh, whoosh, slapping you across, bro. There's no way to get out of the way, bro.
He gained superpowers, fam. He would be on the other side of the map, do I think 1-2 swipe, and then suddenly
unblockable across the whole. And I'm like, fam, like, bro, like the thing about this, what pisses me off, is like, listen. If you're gonna do something like this, you've got to have it peppered into the game where we're at least practicing in it. Like, let's say we have showdowns. You've got to give me showdowns against, someone with a spear, someone with this, someone with that. So then when it happens at the end, I'm not like, what the fuck is this, bro? Pardon my language, I'm moving mad right now, but it was triggering me at the time. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, bruv, like, we've been having epic sword battle, and this brother's got a spear.
Like, where did this come from?
But then someone's going to be like, well, he's not a samurai. I get that. But, bro, at least throw a couple baby mongrel bosses in earlier that have baby spears or something like that. Like, you can do it, bruv. Like, it makes sense.
And it would have been better, like I said, if they had every single duel that you've been practicing against for every single stance. So if there's a guy with a sword and shield, you've been practicing against that. If there's a guy with, obviously, swords have done that. And then what? The other one's brute types.
Brutes. Yeah, bruv. They should have definitely done that, bruv.
All those types. But
and I feel like the game is so big that you could have done that, bruv. There's so many mongrel camps that you could have that in there.
Exactly. Leader change. In fact, wait. Did the one leader have a sword and shield? Was it the first one?
I can't remember. The sword and shield is not my... Wait, sword and shield. Yeah, but you can't change your stance in the duels either. You can.
Yeah. So you can change your moves up. And that's the only time in the game where they don't tip you. Well, for me anyway... Don't use this stance, which I find ridiculous throughout the whole game. In fact, it got me killed a couple of times where I'm facing a sword and shield guy, but I use the
water stance.
The water stance, it goes, to defeat this guy, use this stance. I'm like, I don't want to. You can't even forward the game until you change the stance. By the time the guy's doing that, he's done two moves and I'm dead. I'm like, why? Why?
This game is crazy because it's made for children. Like, this game, bruv, listen, I don't care what no one says, this game's made for children, bruv. I'm climbing, bro. 20 hours of gameplay. Push up on the directional pad to climb. Bro. I've climbed up like 100 walls today. Like, bruv, like, bruv, and the thing, bro, what you're saying about that stance thing, I lost it, bruv, halfway through my stream, bro. I'm playing, yeah? And then I enjoy using the water stance because of the moves. I like the moves better. I like beating people with spears with the water stance, yeah? Because it's just, for some reason, it's the best one, bruv. And I guess the guys with the shield are the hardest to beat, so you just go to the stance that can always beat them, and you just manage, like, the guys with the spears aren't really a drama, do you know what I'm saying, bruv?
I hate them, though.
Bruv, so I'm fighting, and then I get hit, and the prompt comes up, and I lose it because, bruv, when I tell you I was 200% immersed in the game,
I was about to say.
bro, I was in the game. I was a ninja, bro, or samurai, bro. I was the ghost. And the game said, no, you're not. You're not the ghost. You're not the ghost. You're playing the game, Joe. Wake up, change stance. And I'm like, bro. And then you can't even exit.
Yeah.
You have to change stance for the prompt to leave.
That is mad. And we've kind of gone from characters to whatever, but I'm like, you can't give me a whole skill tree telling me how I want to play in a particular way, which I'm going to get to anyway, and then telling me on the battlefield, use this, please.
Fam, you can't make trailers, yeah, saying, who will you be? The honorable samurai or the ghost? And then there's actually, like, there's no ghost to be, bro. Because the stealth in the game is so bad.
Yeah.
Like, it's mad that we was talking about this with the Assassin's Creed and Last of Us, bro. Last of Us, yeah, from game 1 to game 2, yeah, they improved combat. Hand to hand, they improve stealth, bro. The stealth in The Last of Us, it may be some of the best stealth I've ever played, bro. Like, because once you turn off the HUD, yeah, and just the music, the hearing, bro, it makes you use your senses to indicate, have you been clocked? Have you not been? Do you know what I'm saying? But in Ghost, bruv, you can't even snap to. There's no snap, bruv. Don't make a stealth, like, don't include stealth in your game if snap to cover is not there. Because, bruv, I'm hiding behind a box thinking I'm hidden, but you're not. Yeah. He can see you. And I'm like, bro, like, well, how am I supposed to hide? How am I supposed to be a ghost if I can't even hide? Like, bruv, my first, I want to say, like, 10 hours, I was trying to play stealthily. You know, in my mind, I was like, yes, I'm Ra's al Ghul, and this is Feral Japan, where the League of... I made a whole storyline, bro, of Jin being the original Ra's al Ghul, bruv.
Right.
Where this is how the League of Shadow starts, yeah. Everything's got to come back to Batman, innit? Get me? But then I'm like, bruv, you can't even stealth. And then, anyway, the stealth's not good, bruv. No. Traversal in the game is not good. Like,
I think it's kind of basic, which I kind of like.
No,
man's not basic. Parkour artist or whatever.
Bruv, that is a dead excuse for stuff like, I'm trying to walk on a rope, and he can't, like, when he's turning from walking on the roof to walking on the rope, it stutters. Like, he's like this. And then you, like, have to jump onto it. Yeah. Do you know what I'm talking about?
What do you mean? So from the roof?
Let's say I'm walking on the roof. Yeah. You're walking across the rooftop, and then it goes onto, like, a wire.
Okay, yeah.
To get jump from there, you've got to... But, bruv, it's right in front of you. Like, he can't go from walking on one surface to walking on another surface smoothly. He has to jump. Like, that's bad, bruv. It takes me out of the game so much, bruv. There's so many bad mechanics when it comes to traversal and stealth, bruv, that the best thing to do, if you're playing this game, is just go head on in and do the best thing that this game does. Combat. Yeah. The combat is... When I say the combat in this game is so satisfying, bruv, it is mouth-wateringly satisfying,
it's
bro.
Amazing.
Like, there's nothing better than just shanking 5-6 man, taking no damage, then turning on your Spartan rage, or your ghost ability, and chopping 4 man down in half and just turning into Kill Bill, fam. Yeah. Gaga! Gaga! Gaga!
I love it.
Ding! Bro, that is a madness, bro.
Yeah, I was not even expecting that, I was like, what's this? And then Wave Man just chopped off the leader's head and then everything goes black and white. I was like, I didn't change the Kawasaki mode. What is this?
It was mad.
And he started chopping man down and turns red. I'm like, wait, alright, this is 2020, yeah?
Bro, the combat in this game is just the best thing, bro.
It is the best thing.
It's the best thing, bro.
But that's why I feel like, hopefully, when there is a sequel, that the evolution is that the stealth and the combat are two of the same, because the reason why I like the story and the combat, they can't go two and two together because you did start off as a samurai and you learn to become the ghost. So I'm not saying this is an excuse for why it's poor, but at the same time, you're learning the same time Jin is learning. So I'm not saying, man's is now stuck to cover because it's a game mechanic, but he doesn't have to be a ninja because he's just told day one. If you know what I mean.
I hear what you're saying.
So I'm like, I'm not giving him a blind for that because yes, the stealth is indeed terrible. But I felt like the more the game went on and the more mechanics you go with the game, I feel like it became easier to stealth rather than...
No.
You don't think so?
No, I don't. I feel like, for me, what happened was, I then rely on my combat early, then when it's like 3 man left, jump, assassinate. But took no satisfaction in it, just doing it that way to get it done faster. Do you get what I'm saying? I don't think that... I hear what you're saying, but the reason why I don't agree is because you can still make him be a novice at stealth and still have snap to cover, bro. And then in the game, improve that. But what they've done is, and I don't know if they've done this on purpose, but maybe they did do it on purpose, like, okay, we won't give him snap to cover, we won't give him this, so in the next game, you can really be a full-blown ghost. But at the same time, bro, by that time, like, imagine you're not implementing stuff that's in a 2014 game. When you implement it in 2024 or 2023, whenever the next game comes out, bruv, that's gonna then be outdated as well. And like someone could be like, well, they only gave Ellie jumping in The Last of Us 2, but you could still jump as Joel, and Joel was the main character. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's a bit different for me. But I felt like the stealth and the traversal and the whole tutorial thing never... Bruv, imagine you're in the 3rd act. At least stuff should automatically turn off after the 1st act.
That's what I mean.
Do you get? And the 1st act's the longest act as well, and it's like... You don't even need that stuff, bruv. All of that's... The whole... For every game ever being made, please make all of this stuff just optional.
Yeah,
turn off tutorials, turn off HUD, turn off this, turn off that. I think there's 2 things that shine through for me. Maybe 3 things that shine through in this game. Combat, cutscenes, and photo mode. That I never used. Do you know what I'm saying? Because, bruv, I feel like the scenery in this game is only good for the photo mode. And I feel like they've done it like that to draw you away from the real shortcomings of the game that are stealth, bro.
No, I don't think so.
But how?
Because usually these kind of games, yeah, I think other games kind of done it, where it's a grim, dark world, it's full of death and stuff, and most of the games, like, it's just dull and dreary. The only game that got away with it was The Last of Us because the whole setting's like that. The whole story is just grim. Like, I don't expect to see any rainbows in that game whatsoever.
Yeah.
But the way that there's a contrast between the environment and what's going on in Tsushima, I thought that was just a beautiful mix. And you don't see that in too many other games. Even Batman, yeah, Arkham Knight, that whole game is night. Yeah?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't know how those men done it, but they brought colour to the game, fam, during night time.
Yeah, but what's this got to do with the thing?
Like, even with Batman, yeah, like that's again like a dark noir kind of game. But they brought life to the whole environment with the
neon colours and stuff like that. Yeah.
I'm glad that they kind of did that. And same with Ghost of Tsushima. If it was just like green trees everywhere.
No, the game looks sick, bro.
That's what I mean. Like,
the game looks sick, but all Sucker Punch games do look sick. Do you get what I'm saying? And I was just like, bro, like, I didn't feel like the environment was like super.
I loved it.
No, it looks great, bro. Yeah. But it does. Besides, there's no purpose, bro. You can ride through trees, like. Bro, the animal there's a bear there, and I don't feel like there's a lot happening in it, bro.
You don't think so?
Besides just random, okay, kill these 5 people here.
That's the same thing every other Sucker Punch game. What did you want in between? Because I've seen games where it's just bare nothing.
I'm not complaining about it. I'm just saying, bruv, I will just prefer to fast travel because there's no things that happen that you need to do. Like, you're never coming across something that you need to do, bruv. And like, I'm not just gonna ride around for bare hours.
I don't know. I feel like even if you just go through something's gonna pop up where they're saying it's an undiscovered location. You go there.
Yeah,
there's gonna be a side quest.
There's that.
Something to do with one of your attributes. So I think there's always something going on regardless. And even if it's just standoffs with the Mongols, I think there's always something going on. I've seen games where there's literally like you go from A to B.
Besides standoff with the Mongols, what else happens?
You got side quests.
Yeah, but side quests are just another way to get to a standoff with Mongols.
And even with the side quests, they're always different. You either follow the fox, you either follow the bird, you either do the bamboo shrines.
Bamboo shrines are alright, fam. They're a bit tough still.
Yeah, they're super tough. I hate them. Or you got the moments where at least you go into the porting and then you reminisce about something. I even like that. Like, it breaks up what happens in the game. And even the haikus as well, where you're like, I'm doing a poem. Oh,
No, that stuff's cool, bruv.
I hate water,
That's
but today I love the sky.
bruv.
And now I am at peace. That stuff is all legit.
All of that stuff's cool. But I would prefer better stealth.
Yeah.
Like, you would trade all that stuff for better stealth, no?
I mean, I got the combat, so I'm cool with it.
Alright, cool, bro.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I just don't feel like they fulfilled that side of being the ghost. Like, that they sold the game on, bro. Also, when it comes to customization, bro, the level of customization in the game is not as deep as they make you think in in everything else, in all of the promo stuff. The level of customization is not that deep, bro. Like, you get these outfits and they can have like 4 different colors, bro, and you can change your helmet or your mask, bro. Bro, I was expecting to be able to change everything. I can change my pants, my shoes, I can make the ghost how I want, bro, but I can't, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, there's minimal things that I can do, bro. There's a number of combinations that you can have, bro. It's not unlimited, fam. I felt like that could have been better as well, fam. Also, cosmetics are also linked to buffs, which is terrible,
Yeah,
bro.
that was a bit dumb.
I lost the final boss, yeah. I lost to him like 5 times in a row because I was wearing the ghost outfit. And I was like, why am I wearing a ghost outfit? This doesn't help me with any kind of combat. I take that off, put on a samurai outfit, which is like a 40. You damage is increased heavily. Bro, finished him first time. And I was like, why are you giving me the ghost outfit with these dead buffs, bro? And want me to use it when there's an easier way? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make sense, bruv. So I just didn't like the whole customization thing. It's just not as good as it's supposed to be, bruv. I just felt like there's so many things in this game that didn't deliver, bruv. Do you get what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, the customization was good and bad at the same time, because having each outfit tied to what it can do was a bit mad. Because then you should have, again, you got charms, which are obviously just separate, which was good. But then you should also have, I don't know, whatever that was separately as well, rather than linked to each suit. So that was a bit crazy. But I did like the customization where they gave you like helmets, masks, and a whole outfit. That's all legit. But the thing I didn't like the most is it was like the gadgets were too much. Or was that just me? They gave you 2 arrows, and then suddenly you got 3 ammo types? Why don't they just give you 1 arrow? Do 3 armor types. Like, what was the point of me having to switch between a light bar arrow and then a heavy one to do 2 different ammos?
The reason I give that a blight is because in that culture, that might be an actual thing. If it's an actual thing, I'm not going to beef it. Do you get what I'm saying? But when you said you've got too much gadgets, I feel like you're right, and I used no gadgets besides the ninja stars, really. Like, I used the ninja stars and the swords, and that was it.
That's what I mean.
Bruv. Like, I never really needed, used it. Like, why would I throw the smoke on the ground and then disappear?
That's what's crazy, because obviously they switched it between ranged and combat style. So anything in ranged, especially like on whatever difficulty I was playing on, I felt like I had to use every single my arsenal to make sure I was getting the upper hand. So I would throw smoke, everyone would be like, oh, what's going on? So I could start assassinating people, and you could also bring back health. But when it comes to ranged stuff, it felt so cumbersome to go between throwing like a weather bomb that
and then
changing
to
an arrow.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's all mad, especially when, I don't know, I wanted to do all that in combat, but I couldn't. And then, then I think even in throwing stuff, you can get, I don't know, something that could blow everyone up, everyone that could get everyone's attention, and then everyone could get one attention. I'm like, why is that separated? That's all mad. Then you got a bow which only does 1 arrow, you got a bow that does a heavy arrow and explosives. I'm like, all right, that's a bit much as well. And then you go to combat where you can do sticky bombs, kunais, smoke bomb. I swear there's something else. I'm like, this is a lot. And then you got stances on top of that, which I don't mind, but
I think
then you got hints thrown at me. You should be doing this instead of this. But you're not telling me to use this when I'm going to be doing this. Like, make up your mind.
I think that I hear what you're saying with you've got lots of options, And I don't think that the options are bad. I think the options are good because obviously it gives the players ability to play bare different ways. Like someone will use the smoke, someone will use this, someone will focus heavily on bow and arrows. I also think the way they laid out the controller was very good for switching all of it. But I feel like people would find the way they play and then just stick to that. Much like you did, much like I did. Like I always like using bow and arrows and explosive arrows and stuff like that. And I felt like that's what I was doing in the game, as well as just leaning on the combat. But bruv, I just feel like it didn't live up to my expectation of the game. And also, because I'm a huge fan of Soccer Punch games, it hurts my feelings that, like, I'm, like, now thinking, raw, if they did another Infamous game, maybe it would be better. Because, obviously, this is their first attempt at an IP what focuses on stealth. Do you know what I'm saying? In all the other games they've done, like, combat is also a thing, always a thing they do well. Do you know what I'm saying? Range combat, close together combat, that's in all the other Infamous games. But stealth is something they've never really touched on. I feel like maybe it's that the issue with the stealth, that they don't have those stealth specialists to come in and plug those things into the game. So I wondered about that, man. But overall, man, it's a good game, bruv. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a good game. I would recommend it. I wouldn't recommend people, obviously that's come and gone, like the day one thing. I wouldn't recommend people day one in it, but I'll just say, like, yeah, man, if you're into the samurai world and you like it and you want like a throwback to like games like Tenchu and stuff, like, yeah, man, get the game, bro. But this game is not like some mind-blowing thing that you need to play. Do you know what I'm saying? But it's there. I feel like when we're talking about PlayStation exclusives, I'm putting The Last of Us 2 and God of War on that elite tier, and I'm putting Ghost of Tsushima here with Days Gone. Do you know what I'm saying? A good open world experience that you can play, and there's snap to cover in Days Gone. So all you man out here who are chatting crap, playing some games, get me? So there's snap to cover there that you could roll with. So I feel like that's, do you know what I'm saying? I think Ghost of Tsushima is definitely not a top tier PlayStation exclusive, bruv. It's definitely on that Days Gone tier, bruv.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
You hit the nail on the head, because I was thinking about this game as well. I was like, this is a good game. Like, if you're seeing the gameplay or you've been thinking about it, or it's your kind of world with the samurai, I say go buy it, whatever the price is suited to you. But at the same time, it doesn't hit the levels where I thought the expectations were at. Like, story, predictable, you know what's going to happen, yet enjoyable. Doesn't top the levels of something like God of War, where, bro,
you're mind blown.
Check that story out.
Yeah.
Combat, same thing with God of War. Like, in fact, no, I want this to combat. The combat is definitely something different I've not seen in any kind of other exclusive. However, the duels, compare that to something like Uncharted 4 at the end.
Yeah.
Uncharted 4 beats that.
Yeah.
Which is, for me, is mad.
Yeah.
So that needs to be worked out. Stealth doesn't even touch the levels of The Last of Us, so that needs to be worked out as well. So this is all crazy, but at the same time,
it doesn't touch the levels of a lot. Like, that's what I'm saying. When I had forgot about Days Gone having snap to cover, and I'm like, that's a zombie game, bro.
Right.
But then maybe someone could be like, well, they're just copying The Last of Us, and that's why they've got snap to cover. But bro, snap to cover should be in all games that you can hide in, bro.
Yeah. So
Get me?
like,
Or did that guy train as a ninja, Deacon?
I don't know. Maybe he's been in the world for a while now.
Maybe.
So
Yeah.
couple of years.
Alright, cool.
But that's what I mean. Like, it's their first
attempt.
stab,
Yeah.
at the thing. But at the same time,
Stab.
you're at the end.
Good one.
You're at the end of the PS4 cycle. There's some mistakes you shouldn't be making, but it's a bit of a double-edged sword. So, good game, but I'm looking forward to part 2 for sure. And part 2, you gotta bring the, I don't know what to say with that, but you gotta bring the heat.
I can definitely wait for part 2. I do want to do a shout out for their skill tree. I do feel like the skill tree is good.
That's what I mean. Like, they really do cater to feel like how they want you to play any point in the game. I do like that. Even though I feel like less would have been more. Like I said, I think there was a bit too many, like, gadgets, so to speak. But
my only issue with the skill tree part is just the buffs being connected to the clothes. Other than that, if they took away that, if they did another set of charms for just you, like your armor charms or whatever, that solves all of that, fam, for me.
Well, so.
But yeah, man, good game.
Yeah, and the other point was it just wasn't polished.
What do you mean?
Like, for an exclusive, I've never seen a game come out day one. You had a crippled ninja at one point.
Bro, I spent 2 hours with my ninja with his
jumping like
arms.
this.
His arms didn't move, bruv. His
It was
arms were down. He
crazy.
had a sword like this, bruv. It was crazy.
Like, there was one point
That was
where-
after the patch as well.
Was it after the patch?
That was after the
Oh,
patch.
see, so there's other parts of the game where the polishes were like, whoa. In fact, yeah, I think you guys were talking about as well about you're in combat. Yeah, lock on. This game needs it. I still feel like it needs it.
I
because,
still disagree that the game don't need lock on.
because I feel like I'm going to aim to someone, but since there's no actual indication of my character saying it's over here, when I'm aiming over there, even though it said that aim your L stick towards that, it goes elsewhere.
You know what? Yeah, I agree. The thing is, what's crazy, Sam, is that in games with lock on, I never lock on. Like if you watch my playthrough of Jedi Fallen Order on the YouTube, all the comments are, Joe, you need to lock on. You need to lock on. I don't like that you have to focus here, bruv. I don't like that, bruv. Like, I just don't like it generally. So in this game, there are times where it's like, oh, I wish he did keep his focus here, but I like the fluidity of not being locked up. Because, bruv, there's nothing more annoying to me than when I lock on with someone and like, someone hits me from the side, bruv.
Right.
Like, I just want to be able to freely move how I would in real life, bruv. So I feel like that part's good, bruv. I favor the whole no lock on thing. Bruv, you shouldn't have lock on in games, bro.
Bro. At least like the indication then, like I'm aiming at this towards here. This guy's highlighted.
The indicator, I feel like they should do like in Jedi Fallen Order. I think it's just a dot.
There you go.
It's just a little dot, and you're like, well, if it's pointed here, this is where I'm on. Something like that, yeah. But I don't feel like you need the whole lock on, and then your whole perspective gets locked into that. And I feel like the camera was a bit mad in my game as well. The camera goes to the worst positions at the worst time and always finds a bush to block your vision, bro. Listen, if you're running and there's people behind you and you're near a wall or a bush, the camera's going into the wall on purpose, and then you're just gonna get, you're gonna hear Jen here. That's what you're gonna hear, bro. I don't know why it's like that, but that's what it is.
Because after watching, I think it was a GDC, what do we call it, a conference, shout out to man like 30K, and then they purposely feel about how the camera moves when action happens. They told you, when there's when they said there's multiple people, they wanted it like this, but it wouldn't work in that world.
Yeah.
So they wanted it over the shoulder cam kind of whatever. So I thought with this game, why didn't it ever elevate to the top where you're still like overlooking everything, almost like an eagle, but at the same time you're never going to be behind the wall?
I don't know, bruv, why they don't just disappear the wall, bro.
That's what I mean. Like
just disappear the wall. Like if a camera goes into the wall, that texture it disappears. Do you know what I'm saying? Because like in real life, if you're standing next to a wall, bro, you're not like looking through the wall, fam. Like I know it's a third person game, fam, but like levels, fam.
Yeah.
We've got a super chat anyway. Let's see.
Yeah, it's a bit of polish, man, which I was quite surprised about, but because the Last of Us other games.
Do you want me to take it? I'll take it.
I was gonna go into it, but go ahead.
Nah, cool, I'm right here. Alright, shout out to 30K Gaming, who jumps in and says the gymnastics you have to go through when choosing alternate weapons is ridiculous. It's crazy because obviously Sam alluded to that earlier, and this is what I was saying. It's like it got to me to the point where it's just like I'm gonna make sure all of the things I use quickly are set up already. So I've got my ninja stars ready to go. Bruh, I know what it's called, bruh. And I like calling it a ninja stars, fam. You see my ninja stars, yeah? My ninja stars. Yeah, baby, it's not called a ninja star, bro. I just called it a ninja star. So what's it a ninja star? Shut your mouth. Get me. So yeah. So my ninja stars, I'll have them set, and I'll have my bows set, and that's it, bruv. Like, I feel like because so much stuff is happening, you have to set it up like that and go in, bruv. Because I don't know how man are.
That's how I play.
Because that's crazy, fam.
That's how I play. That's why I'm kind of glad when you choose the stance. That slows down. But everything else really doesn't, which I'm fine. So you want me to slow down choosing my stance, but when I'm choosing a weapon, nah, you got to still be in the same time notion as these fighters right here.
And that's nuts as well. The option to slow down during stance changes, but not to slow down during weapon select. Bro, if you had weapon select slow down, you could do a madness in this game. You could do ninja, swap, assassinate, ninja star, sticky bomb. Like, you can do everything,
That's
bro.
how I play.
But maybe then you'd be too OP.
No, because it's in Spider-Man.
What? Boy, Spider-Man.
See? That's what I mean, Spider-Man. you do the thing.
Gates close, you
Then
win.
you choose the wheel.
Yeah.
Like everything else is pepping in the other games. Like you're at 2020, end of the PS4 cycle. Why are you not there yet?
It's mad, but it's not mad.
It's a shame. That's
But
what
yeah,
it is.
man, like I said, look, good game, not top tier when
No.
it comes to PlayStation exclusives, but it's definitely up there, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? If I get, man, don't give number ratings in it, but do you know what I'm saying?
I say it's a good game. I say play it. The combat is legit.
Yeah.
You will enjoy the combat. Like, you will feel like a samurai. Like you want to go to camps and just chop everybody down.
No.
Regardless.
Yeah,
And the jaws are sick.
I feel like that's one of the things I'm most excited about jumping back on is to go in and do more showdowns. Go in and just cut man up.
Yeah.
More. That's the thing I want to do. I'm over the whole trying to sneak around thing because just the stuff like it's not satisfying as the combat. So that's all what man is about from there. Now, would you say it is a must play?
No.
Okay. Not saying that it's not, but I'm just saying. I don't think it's a must play. I think it's a really good game.
Yeah, really good game.
It's a really good game. Get me.
Play it eventually, but
Play it when
if
you come
don't,
around to it.
Then
Yeah.
I won't say it's not missable either, but yeah, if it's on your radar, you're gonna play it. If it's not, you missed it for a reason. That's what I'm gonna say.
Before we shut this whole thing down, 30k's back. 30k game and says the thing that really holds back this game is that it's a standard open world and not a handcrafted linear game. Now, I don't know if I really agree with that because I feel like the story is that, you know what I'm saying? I think the way I played it, I drove the storyline forward in it, so it felt quite linear, which you have the option to do. And I feel like one of the things with like maybe consumers in general these days is that when you see an open world game, you want to go and do all the open world stuff, but the option to play it linearly is there. And I feel like I played this game quite linearly, and I didn't feel like there was an issue with it. And now when I do jump back into the game, one thing I did like that they peppered in the rest of the world, like everything to do after the game is finished very nicely.
Yeah.
They're like, all right, look, you've killed the boss, but all of these mongrel camps are still here.
Yeah.
You've got to clear them out. I feel like that was a great way to be like, oh, whatever you haven't done, go back and do. It makes sense in the story. So I feel like that wasn't an issue at all.
Yeah, like I'm kind of on the same boat where I feel like, yeah, it's very open world, but I never felt like I had to
Do anything.
Yeah, like I could just go through the story, and it feel like the story led you to those points anyway. So if you want to do a side mission, it's there. If you want to do like a main story mission, and a whole course never makes you trail off unless you want to. But I could see it be a linear game, which is really, I think what a fair case trying to say is that if it can actually just be a
It
linear,
could be.
yeah,
It definitely could be.
which is nuts within this, right? Because I've seen open world games where,
You probably couldn't have them as a linear game.
Yeah.
No, it definitely could be.
well, yeah, legit.